congratulations again. How good does this win feel now that it's sinking in?
Yeah, I think it just feels amazing. When we crossed the finish line, I think most of us couldn't believe it, because we were in the final with probably the two best teams in the league, and we managed to stay in front of them in stable conditions where the technique and the speed and positioning pay. So it feels like we're getting stronger, and it's an amazing feeling.
I think you're sitting in third overall, about 1 point behind the Aussies in second, and I think you're about 10 points to fourth. Did you think that your team would be there at the beginning of the season?
No, to be honest, no. When we started the season, we were coming from finishing last in the last three events on the new configuration with me, Helmin, and Joey flying, which were the two major changes, and our goal was to be fighting with the top teams at the end of the season, and we are over that now. So we are super happy with the progression, and here we cannot sleep also after this, because otherwise the other teams will just get better and better, and we need to progress as they progress also, and that's the focus.
Pete, tell us about the final. Obviously you must be frustrated not to get another win on the board, but how was it out there for you?
It's definitely been an interesting weekend for us. We made our life a little bit hard at times, so it's nice to finish off with a couple of awesome starts, and but felt like we're sailing the boat the best around the track we've kind of ever had, which is probably the pleasing thing for us this weekend. We obviously came in off a pretty busy block in NZ, so nice to be able to not let the fatigue get to us and get a great result on the board.
And we heard from the commentary team, they kept saying you had a turbo button. What's the secret to your speed out there? Definitely looked like fastest boat on the race course.
We've spent a few hours sailing in this patch of water, so it's one that the whole team's got super fond memories of. The shifts seem quite similar to NZ, and there's quite a bit in the course. It doesn't really look like it, but there's huge gains and losses in the pressure and the shift. We thought it would actually be a bit more stable today, but it was still super puffy and dynamic. So, we managed to get on the right side of a fair few and make some pretty good gains doing that. It's pretty made it life a lot easier when we got off the line.
And obviously you're disappointed that the Spanish beat you, but you must be pretty pleased that the Aussies are behind you.
Yeah, it kind of feels like a bit of a consolation prize to beat the Aussies, to extend our lead on the overalls. We're obviously coming to these events to try and win the event, so it definitely hurts for us to feel like we're good enough to win it this weekend, and just let it slip, and we'll go back and learn from that. Us and the Australians got a little bit close to the line, and Diogo managed to capitalise. So I think it's always the way in these finals. Two boats end up fighting with each other a little too much, and the third has a pretty good run at it. So it was nice to be able to clear the Aussies out and get right back into the hunt, but obviously couldn't quite make the pass and make it stick.
Tom, well, we got to start. I think you thought that there was something wrong with the boat. Can you let us know if you still think that?
Look, I do think there's some settings that were changed overnight somehow. We'll get to the bottom of that, but I don't want to take away from Spain's win, and they nailed that last start, and they were the best team. Congratulations.
And obviously you had a really, really good day yesterday, and today just looked so much more difficult. Obviously the configuration was different, the day was different.
Yeah, we've got to have a look at it. Honestly, our configuration was different, and the boards, when we were raising and lowering the foils, we were getting really weird things happening, which we didn't have yesterday, and our wind instruments were all out, so we're missing ley lines and things like that. But on top of that, we just didn't feel like we had boat speed. In race 1 and 2, you saw the Kiwis come from behind us to leeward to just sail straight around us. So look, I don't know. We've got to go back and look at the data and figure out, were we doing something wrong? Was the configuration settings on our boat wrong? There's a lot for us to dive into, because it's amazing how different the boat felt today compared to yesterday. So we've got a lot of work to do.
How does it feel mentally, obviously chasing rather than defending? You think that someone else has a target on their back now?
Honestly, it's not really bothering me that much, whether we're the favourite or another team's a favourite. I'm just fully focused on us. I'm not focused on Spain or New Zealand. I'm focused on us getting to the point where we can go out and know we can execute consistently and do a good job. And that's most of that's on me, like nailing starts consistently, my tactics being on point. I've got to look at myself and try to improve myself, and then as a team we've got to try to raise the level.
Had a cracker of a day yesterday, but today it just wasn't enough to make that final. How painful is it just to miss out now?
Yeah, look, it's extremely painful, to be honest. We have been in a situation where the shoe was on the other foot and we snuck in on comeback, and that feels pretty good. But yeah, copping it on the chin is it's a tough one. We had a great first race and put in a really solid effort, and second race we got a horrible start, but we're sort of in the mix coming into the top gate, and let it slip away right at the end there by letting one or two boats past us when we should have probably stayed in front of them. So our own fault and something that we've got to learn from, but it's disappointing.
Was it a boat handling thing or a pressure thing, like a wind pressure thing that sort of got you unstuck?
I'll put my hand up, and I made a tactical error in sort of the last downwind and what we should have done, and that sort of set the ball rolling, I guess you could say. And then the last bottom mark we sort of caught in between two different mindsets and didn't execute either of it. So that's pretty disappointing. We're gutted.
Halifax is next. I guess what can we expect in Canada?
Halifax next. It's going to be epic. I mean, the people there are already so pumped up, and I'm excited, our team's excited, and to race on home waters for the first time is something pretty unique and extremely special for everyone involved. So we're ready for it and can't wait.
Nikolai, you came off that last start looking really good, but then where did you come unstuck?
Yeah, I think that last race was we tried to keep it simple, so we just wanted to go all the way to the ley line, and when you're in the front it's normally what you do, but then the fleet that was forced to jibe early just got more pressure on the inside of us, and they just slowly rolled us, and by the time we got to the bottom marks we suddenly the gas of the whole fleet, and then we had to jibe without any breeze, and so I think we went from second to last in one leg.
I mean, that race course, it was so short without having that extra lap. Do you think that hurt you because you didn't have a chance to get back into it?
Oh, for sure. That was actually the first thing I thought at the bottom gate was like, I wish we had another lap here because we're pretty deep now. But it's part of racing. We have a certain broadcast window, and we've got to make sure we can fit all the racing in there, so that's just life.
3 events left. Can you make that final?
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, Spain is the one that we're going to have to chase down, and if we can just eat a few points on them in Halifax and New York, then it's all up for a big match race in San Fran, and we don't mind a bit of match racing, so still all to play for.
Eric, it looked like a pretty tough day on the water. That bottom gate, it was super light, and it was a way shorter course. How did it feel to you?
It felt super tight. The whole fleet was very close together. It was like in really good Golf Fleet 49er races. Felt like, I don't know if it was on television like this, but I felt like we were all on one line, more or less, and just depending on how you choose your route tactically, one or the other is in front. So tight racing was really fun, and looking forward to stay here one more time again at least. Let's see.
Do you think you can make an event final by the end of the season?
It's not many events left, but hopefully. I mean, we've been 1 point away in Abu Dhabi, and we were pretty close the last couple of events. Nothing is impossible.
Nathan, the day started off pretty well. Let's start with how good that felt.
It was awesome to have a race win here in Bermuda after such a tough day yesterday, and being in the hunt but always sort of falling back. It was nice to get a bit of fresh air out in front of the fleet and get a race win, and it meant a lot to the whole team because it's obviously been a challenging couple of years since joining to never really get any good results, so to get a race win today was awesome.
So you've had 3 events as a driver back at SailGP. You've got 3 more to go. Are you finding your groove?
Yeah, it's interesting when you take quite a lot of time out from a driver's position. The pace of the fleet is so fast. The competition's always getting better, and so coming in at the same level, say from 2 seasons ago, is definitely at the back of the fleet now. So it's been a good challenge for me to improve my skills, but also working with a new team. And I'd say I've learned a lot more over the last few events than I'll probably learn in season 1. So for me personally, that's been really good.
Charles, it looked like a pretty tricky racetrack if you weren't out in front. Is that a good assumption?
It certainly was from where we were, yeah. It did feel that way. As you say, it was just the one lap today, so a bit less opportunity to break through the fleet, and same story for us today. Just didn't quite nail those starts. A few tight spots, and fell on the wrong side of it.
And how is the team feeling? I mean, I'm sure you haven't debriefed yet, but what's sort of the mood on board?
Fair to say, pretty frustrated. Yeah, and right, really, I think it's fair to say everyone's pretty annoyed, and I think, rightly so with how we went here. I suppose to put a bit of a positive spin on it, I think we're annoyed because we know that we're now capable of doing a lot better, and that's certainly how I feel about it. And it's frustrating, being new in, kind of want to put my marker down, and it's not quite happened yet. So yeah, we'll have to wait for the next one. But yeah, certainly on board, it does feel a lot more positive, and I kind of said the same yesterday. I feel like we're sailing the boat a lot better. Just need to get our nose out in front.
But where did you find that it hurt you as a team?
Yeah, it's painful. But I mean, tomorrow will be better and we will be stronger. But yeah, today was like not the day we were expecting for. I did an OCS on the first start, and then the second was not better. I mean, yeah, I'm not in a really good positive mood. The last rounding mark with Spain, it's awesome. I mean, I can't believe the umpire call, but yeah, it's something more added on our bad weekend.
Can you tell us about that sort of last bottom mark with the Spanish just in a bit more detail?
Yeah, we were inside boat. That was our last call tactic, and just to get inside them and finish second to the race. And I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I think Diego just didn't see us, or I don't know what he was doing, but I nearly just scratched the mark, and I tried to just fill the boat in this small hole. And I still can't believe that he only get one penalty. So it's just, I mean, yeah, I don't understand. For me, it's a black flag, and I don't know.